That reminds me when I used to go, Mama's little baby loves shortening. Mama's little baby loves shortening bread. Put on the skillet, put on the lead. Feed them children some shortening bread. I think that has alternate racist lyrics, but I'm not sure.
Wasn't it in that Disney movie Song of the South?
No, that's put in Disney's vault with Walt Disney's head. His cryogenically frozen head.
His anti-Semitic
and Nazis' Jewish gold.
Yes,
that's all in all the cartoons that are anti-Semitic.
Well, I'm glad we've already on this. Now that's
hello, welcome to the show.
Right now, you've made Nazi references in both of our
shows.
Well,
I have to talk about that's a good segue because this is TVT time.
Hello, everybody. I'm Maddie.
I'm Poodle, aka Jake, and this is our recap of Fire Island.
Fire Island.
Fuego Island.
You don't know how to say island.
Isla, like Isla Bonita. Madonna taught me that.
She taught all of us.
She taught us a little bit of Spanish.
So now, last week,
taught you a lot.
Last week we didn't do our reading
our comments,
but we're going to do that in this section. We like to call
it. What do we? Oh, I just forgot what we called it. This is called T for Two. T for you. It's for you.
It's for you.
We do it all for you. Cheyenne, like that Janet Jackson song.
Cheyenne will be happy about that.
He likes things for him.
Boy, she does.
We're gonna talk a lot about that.
Okay, first of all, we have a comment from
got pretty eyebrows.
Khalid Wilson, very handsome.
Who followed us? Who followed us from? I can't remember if it was Redeed.
Redeed.
I gotta put my dentures back in. Hold on.
Followed us from
Riverdale or Feud.
One of them. Some gay shit.
Everything just collapses together for me right now.
But Khalid says, who's very handsome, by the way. I looked at his picture. He said family dinners on Fire Island is a real and typical thing.
Interesting.
There's a big happy hour that they call high tea, where all the cliques collide. Then everyone goes home for dinner because there's not a lot of places to eat.
You know what? Now that makes sense.
And then he said the Rambles are in Central Park and in Fire Island.
I messed that up. I messed that up.
Khalid
I corrected myself.
Schooled us.
But thank you, Khalid.
She did. She did.
Thank her for doing that.
Thank you, Khalid.
She's a harsh mistress, that one.
She is. Now,
but I enjoyed I enjoyed his there was also one more last thing he wrote.
What no, that's
never mind.
Then he said 11 people eat for dinner and then at 11 o'clock they run off for parties. Now we have another comment from a very special commenter. Who is this from?
This is from Jorge Bustillos. He says, guys,
as you know, it's Jorge Sofia Vergara.
I know you didn't like the show, but this is my favorite recap so far! Exclamation point, exclamation point. I can't stop laughing. You made the best description of me ever! Lots of E's. I'm obsessed, LOL. Crying face. But BWDTW, not Nazi. And about all the exclamation mark K, I'll leave that to your imagination. I'm sure you talked about his dick.
I did talk about.
And he says,
I bet it's like an anaconda
face.
In that movie.
I'm a fan now. Love you both. P.S. Mulan. I don't know where that comes from.
When I said, who is...
Mulan. Jorge, I'm going to tell you, mad respect, because if you can laugh at yourself... Because I love to laugh at myself.
How the hell are you going to laugh at anybody else?
And I sure love to laugh at this motherfucker sitting beside me.
It's true.
Jorge, I got to tell you, just from this episode, I kind of love you.
You know, I already
not just from this comment.
I already liked him because of the comment, but now it's sealed.
I like it that you say we don't like the show. It's not the fact that we don't. It's not even whether it's like or love or hate. We love making fun of it.
We do. However, though, I have to say, I thought about
better episode than before.
I thought about these people all week.
I know, and
did you?
I kind of love how Instagram savvy they are.
Did you have sex dreams of Cheyenne?
Okay, here's the thing. I really don't like him, and I don't think I would meet him. He's so pretty though, and I have a big crush on him.
He is more vapid than
his eyebrows.
Cigarette.
But I will say, let me see if I can do his eyes. His like big brown eyes are like pools, and he's like. My favorite was when he said. What was it? I wrote it down.
He was like, "You're sensitive."
He was talking to Justin, who was hurt by his not going to the art show. He's like, "You're sensitive."
It is.
You're sensitive.
He has like the voice of Harvey Fierstein in a
kind
twink
of like
body.
husky, kind of like here, like he's been up for 4 days.
I'm telling you, it's annoying.
Anyway, back to Jorge. Jorge, I'm a huge fan now. And
I liked him before, but even more.
You're living your truth. You're living your Sofia Vergara realness.
And now I kind of want to see a dick
and
pic.
I kind of do too.
Yep.
And I've got a lot. In fact, my first teabag.
Well, no. Before we jump in, though, too, we have to be honest with we need to be honest with our fans of what's going on behind the scenes of our show. We had a lot of interaction with the boys this week on the Twitter.
Because these boys are real thirsty for anything social interaction.
Hey, you know what? If I was on a reality show and anybody gave me attention, I'd give them a blowjob.
I would be the first.
I would come over and suck their house and then go buy some fried chicken at Walmart for them and just feed it to them and say, thank you for watching my show.
Walmart has fried chicken?
Walmart has really good fried chicken.
I don't know whether to be appreciative of that fact or judgmental of you.
It has a lot of Sam Walton's vinegar in it for other people that
I guess that's the sweat and tears of the American worker.
Of immigrants, probably.
But anyway, talk about that.
I have learned that I just want to make a little bit of an announcement that
I think we're breaking news here.
This is breaking news. Calling
all ships at sea. SOS.
Kassan and I are in a relationship now. He's my boyfriend.
Oh my God!
Because he tweeted me. It's a showman.
You know, that's what all it happens.
It's a showman. It's probably going to end.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
he tweeted him, which is basically like penetrating him.
It is. He doesn't know that we're in a relationship, but it decided in my head.
That's just as good.
But
it's just as
and I think you even had an interaction with
Patrick, who I gave shit the whole time. But honestly, I like him so much better. I think he was too much for me at the beginning.
He was still a lot this episode, too.
He tweeted, I called him McConaughey gay last time.
Yes, you did.
All right, let's go drag all. and honestly, there was something, though, I think he actually retweeted.
You didn't like Hassan's word for his relationship that he was in.
I had a problem with situationship. And Kassan said, I think it's a perfect word.
He was like, come on, it makes sense. You know what, Kassan? I think it does now.
Well, you said that.
I think it makes sense now.
Yeah, someone will roll over for anything. Literally. That's what's wrong with your past relationships. You will roll over for anything. I think I had a problem with situationship because
just really went there.
I just read you for filth.
Thanks.
Appreciate it. I have a problem with the word situationship because I feel like it's like for gay people being it's stereotypical of gay people being afraid of commitment.
Yeah, I know, but just talk about the picture Patrick did. Remember when he did Patrick made a picture on Twitter and it was like a guy's crotch, like sitting on a beach. Standing on a beach, and then it said "Situationships" coming to CBS.
Yes, I love that.
And it was funny.
I like that. That I like.
You know what I'll say? These people are funny on this show,
they
except
are.
for Cheyenne. Well, no, actually, Cheyenne was kind of funny this episode.
They're a lot better than Finding Prince Charming.
You know what? This show is so much better than Finding Prince Charming.
I will say,
can one of them be the Bachelor on this show?
I would.
Kassan would be a good, or any of them would be a better Bachelor.
He's in a situationship. With you.
You know what? Even Cheyenne would be a better Bachelor because at least when he was saying those things to Baby B with Baby Brandon and making those jokes about him being a slut.
Yeah,
he was funny,
but I feel like he's too into himself.
Oh yeah, Cheyenne masturbates in front of a mirror, y'all. Like every single day. He's switching hands to see which wrist looks skinnier or more buff.
What do you think, guys? Do I look good today?
Yeah, and then he probably just
swallowed a cheese grater.
Yeah, he probably just licks the semen from his fingers and says,
"You know what?
Like
though,
diamonds.
Honestly,
these have always brought me luck."
Nice White Diamonds reference.
You're welcome.
Mm-hmm. I love those commercials.
I remember being very affected by the Elizabeth Taylor White Diamonds commercial.
You still say you like the smell of White Diamonds.
I do. My second girlfriend, Jessica.
Everyone take a moment. Pause. Everyone who's listening, take a moment to spit out what you're drinking at the phrase second girlfriend. Not just the fact that it was a girlfriend, there was a second one.
Well, my first one was Lene Beard, who I talked to today.
Whose last name is Beard.
My first boyfriend.
Take a minute for that.
Yeah. It's not anymore, but I love her. She's my first kiss. And then I had a second girlfriend, Jessica. I love her as well. I still love her as well. I'm not going to say her last name.
And as a younger
she's gonna keep
girl,
rating it. But she is wonderful.
She wore white diamonds. And that's
She
a
did wear white diamonds,
for
and I-
60-year-old women.
And I still love white diamonds to this day. Makes me think of her.
We're going to move on.
Okay. And then I had
Anyway,
another girlfriend. I don't remember what she wore.
McConaughey, I commented,
yeah.
I commented McConaughey, and he retweeted it.
He did.
So I think he's now, Patrick, if you're listening, which you're not, but maybe you are. If you get hashtag McConaughey, I need 5%. Okay,
You know,
I'm
people
calling
don't.
it now.
You know, people don't make money off of Twitter, right? It's like podcasts; they're for free.
What?
Yeah, it's all for free. Like anybody.
Well,
can
why are
use
people doing it?
Because people are bored.
Wait, you mean to tell
No,
me
you can't make
that
money
people
off of
don't make
Twitter.
money off tweets?
No, I mean maybe celebrities like if you post like I'm drinking a Coke can and you're
You mean
sponsored
they're
by Coke.
just bored? I weep for our society.
I'm sorry, that's the way it is. It's just like podcasts.
I thought if I did
It's
it
all
enough,
free.
it would show up in my bank account.
No, y'all have to
Like
understand
Twitter would give me money.
that about 4 episodes ago during our feud recap, Jake literally thought we were making money this whole time from doing a podcast.
Honestly, I really thought like I was putting a lot of effort into it, thinking, I'll get it on the back end. Literally,
That's what you're used to.
I know.
Get it on the back
But
end.
I'm still. I feel a little betrayed, honestly.
You know what?
But,
Let's just
you know,
move
let's
on. 'Cause
move
this
on.
is never going to be resolved.
I
want
want to talk about. I want to go back to my first teabag.
Yes, now we're in the tea bags, everybody.
This is going to be a long show.
We
I
need a
can tell.
song for that.
We do.
Tea
No, not that. Something
bag,
fast.
tea
That's the Willow song from
bag.
Ballad of Baby Doe, which has nothing relevance.
Sorry.
But teabag, 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 teabag.
We'll work
Something
on
like
it.
that.
We'll work on it.
We'll table that.
Let's
for right
table
now.
that, yeah. Teabag 1.
Teabag 1. This was a very. I'm actually going to do a reenactment of it because I think in my skills it would help. It would help to show. This is when we find out Jorge has a boyfriend.
Okay.
Whose name is Fabio.
And
literally, his name is Fabio. And give me a scene.
Sing.
Oh, hello, I miss you. Random Spanish words that I don't understand. When you coming to visit? I'm blah, 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 blah. What do you mean? You go Barcelona. Blah, 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 blah. I'm not going, blah, blah, blah. Something in Spanish, blah, blah, blah. But no, I need to come here. You spend time with straight friend. No. And then, I love you. I know. I love you. I know. Fiend.
And sing.
That should really be accompanied by music.
It should be. Like, that
anyway,
was very...
Very. He now I understand it's hard to he said it's hard in Venezuela to be gay, and he was hanging out with his straight friends, but he could not
like
say.
that he expressed
I know.
that.
I wrote that later, but it was a very, very dramatic scene.
It was.
And
Well, do you know what happens
I
in
love
Barcelona?
Jorge.
Barcelona is like
Gay sex.
I mean, there's
on balconies.
Yeah, there's literally Sitges is an island, right? Sitges. It's just an island with just dicks flopping around, right?
it's like we talked about the dick tree last time. That's where the biggest dick tree grows in Sitges.
Ooh.
You just go up to it and just like dicks fall on
Is
your
it
face.
just a bunch of Latin guys having sex?
Yes.
We should go.
I've never been.
We should go. We should take a vacation. Logo.
No,
Send us on a
would
trip.
it would be like the bird cage. Them going in the bird cage.
I would
you with a floppy hat.
Oh, I'd wear a nice
saying,
caftan.
Me saying walk like a man. We would be those
Me
women.
piercing the toes.
Someone would come up to us and say, "Excuse me, madam." That was what we wouldn't take our shirts off.
Oh no.
No.
It gets cold.
There we are.
That's why. That was my excuse.
I burn.
That was my excuse when I was a little fat kid.
I'm
I'd be
cold.
Like, I'm cold. It's 90.
You're like
90
honey,
fucking degrees in
You're like,
Oklahoma.
honey, that the pool is already 88 degrees.
Yeah.
I'm cold. Mm-hmm. That blubber will
When they
will warm
served
you
those
up.
hot dogs, though, I ran to him. Yeah, mouth open.
God, I would eat like 3 hot dogs if I could. Boy, hot dogs were a fat little boy's just sucker. We would do that like a teat.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
I think when I think of a pool, I think of swimming at my Aunt Peggy's eating double stuffed Oreos.
Both of those are sad.
That's what I think about.
So, what's your next one?
Okay.
What's your first one?
I have to say that, like, I don't care for him, and at the same time, I did appreciate Cheyenne totally schooling.
He got some really shady remarks. I enjoyed them. There were some burns.
It was a burn. When she was talking about all the men inside Brandon,
keep
Baby
doing
B.
that because I'm enjoying his Baby B. We refer to him forever because he's a tiny boy, and also Baby B is thirsty as fuck.
You know what? Baby B has what I like
She's
to
getting
call
hers.
The ass giggles. She's just like,
you know what? And also,
out like a baboon, just spread.
She's a
rosebud.
She's a dick pig, and we know because we can smell our own.
We can smell our own. And if you don't know what a dick pig is,
smell that.
Google it.
Google it.
Google that and enjoy yourself.
It's someone who loves a good dick more like pigs sniffing for truffles.
Yeah, for truffles. Yeah. Wilbur.
Do not bring Charlotte's Web into this adult conversation.
We should make a cabaret sketch called Charlotte's Cock.
That was so off. I'm looking at you in judgment. I should just be quiet.
You know
and
what?
just let you sit in that because that was so awful.
What would you do though? Think about Brandon because Brandon is cute.
He's cute. He's young. He's very young.
He is young. What if we looked like that when we were young?
I'd go to the clinic every week because I'd have something. I'd have sex with certain people.
I think literally they could park the Titanic in my ass by the time I was 27.
Although
if I was that young.
When I was that young,
pretty.
I was too. I don't know because I was that pretty. I wasn't that pretty. And
I'm
also,
sure no. I saw you 10 years ago, and I was looking at our video.
Cute, but I wouldn't look like him.
You got hit on by a lot of lesbians.
I know, boy. I could attract them like crazy.
Y'all don't know. Before Jake had a beard, I mean,
This is why I grow this.
Every gay bar, some woman hit on him. I'm not kidding. I saw it, and he usually was like, somebody who looked kind of like Pam Tillis, but with a short haircut. It's kind of skinny but country looking. I love Pam Tillis.
I could have had.
I
could have owned half of a mansion in New Mexico right now.
Oh, for sure.
All the turquoise jewelry I could want,
or at least Victorville.
At least. Taos.
Taos. All right. What's your next teabag? This is going to be a long show.
Was that it?
Well,
God, I'm glad yours is just offhand comments.
You know what? Well, no, I brought that up because it is well known that I am not a fan of Cheyenne.
It's well known.
But you know what?
It's well known by our last podcast that was seen by 11 people.
11 people.
Yeah,
but if bitch makes a joke that makes me laugh and serves it,
agree.
I'm going to respect.
All right, so I did like how type A he was about dinner. He was like, blah, 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 we're going to make it. My mother taught me how to cook. And I did still love what he said, you're sensitive.
What is that one dinosaur on the Flintstones? Is it the dinosaur that gives them the mail, or the dinosaur that's in the refrigerator?
Every dinosaur.
The one that's in the refrigerator.
It's a living.
That's who Cheyenne sounds like. That dinosaur.
But that dinosaur has a lot better comic timing than Cheyenne.
That's true.
All right. My second one. I know what it was. To reiterate my poodle proclamation that I made last week. This is number 2. I'm sorry. Don't bring people to family dinner, which is obviously a thing.
You know, I'll piggyback on that as well.
Here's the thing. Patrick brought people, and Cheyenne had made like the perfect type A. I have rosé out there for everyone.
And Cheyenne said, rosé, yeah.
It hurts my voice to talk like that.
And Cheyenne said that he wanted to make an effort, so
and he was trying.
that.
And it me being the person who I'm kind of type A about dinner, when you bring extra people and I haven't cooked for them, and so he walks in with the 6'8" one. Patrick walks in with the 6'8" Jalen, who we will talk about later, and that other pocket gay in
it looked like the Lollipop Guild from Wizard of Oz,
and like with cutoffs, and I was like, they came out of a nursery rhyme somewhere. The tall one and the little one.
Yes. It was like Jack and Jill went to a rave and found a twink and fell down on a pile of coke.
That's where they came from.
That is where they came
rhyme.
That is where they came
Jack
from.
Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a tube of meth. Anyway, they ran out of a nursery
fell
rhyme.
Down, Jill came down and made out with a girl named Beth.
There we are.
There we are.
Perfect.
But yes, it was. But you know what? Cheyenne is just getting what bitch is serving because Cheyenne didn't, he didn't go to Justin's art gallery, and we see later he ended up not going to Patrick's show. Cheyenne is just, I kind of was like, bitch.
But I honestly
feed those other people.
I hate that when someone fucks with my dinner plans.
You know what though? But that wasn't very Southern to him because what would a Southern person do if you brought strangers to dinner?
The more the merrier.
And then you would talk about them only to maybe one other person and hate them in secret.
I would be so sweet that they would feel so guilty about it that they'd think about it in the following weeks.
As you should.
And that,
as you should.
Because that's how we do things in the South.
Which maybe, I don't know, some people would think about that because...
What's your next one?
Okay, my next teabag is, let's talk about dodgeball. Okay, first of all...
It looked violent.
I have played... You know what? I think I have the clip. I'm going to find it. I'm about to make fun of these queens for playing dodgeball, but I just want to say, I have once tried to play dodgeball, and it was terrifying, and I'm going to show you the clip right now. You were out to crush people. That's what I'm assuming, Laura. You want to... Oh! I'm sorry. It's okay. It's just a ball. So there you go. You've seen the clip.
I'm glad that we can show clips of you. And when I ask for things, I get none of it.
Well, both of the clips that you're in, you're not clothed. So we can't use those.
You know what? Sometimes people call it art.
Okay, sure. But I love how they were trying to shoot them in dodgeball in slow motion like an 80s movie. And it was like they threw the ball at them. But then as soon as the ball hit them, they would go like... and it was just like squealing upon squealing.
That whole section for me must have taken... I kept thinking, this took 8 hours to film.
Oh, so much.
I was just thinking all the poor people on that set, and I could see someone saying, "We're losing the light. Quit running away from the ball.
Quit running away from the ball."
I can just hear it now.
They're all
some DP. We're losing the light.
DP is a director of photography, not double penetration.
Not DP.
We got to clarify for this show,
for this audience,
or for Baby B.
Baby B. Speaking of Baby B,
she was like...
Baby B, okay, we got to say this.
She was salivating at that
Baby
dodgeball.
B is thirsty as she can be.
Oh.
You know what? I say get yours, honey, but it's get yours, and I did like when Cheyenne said, it's like a backpack depository in my room. When he had that threesome in your room. I'm sorry, if you're sharing a room with someone, go to a room where someone is not sharing a room with you. Well,
but not in your 20s. Remember when we were in summer camp and you used to have sex in your room and your roommate had to wait for you? Yeah, I remember that. Remember that? You in your 20s.
I don't recall that. I don't recall that.
Because I remember all of us was waiting for your roommate Matthew, who sat in the hall. And we was like, Matthew, why are you sitting in the hall? He's like, because Jake's having sex. Because that's the way Matthew said everything.
That's not the way I remember that.
Yes. No. No.
At least I put a sock on the door.
You know what? I'll give you that. I'll give you
a sock on the cock.
Good for you.
There we go.
Good for you. But they lost at dodgeball, so...
It looked like a mess.
Dodgeball's not fun.
No, I agree. I want to talk also about the little historical... My third one is the little historical elements the guys eloquently give. So this is the meat rack, which is where you want to give a hookup.
Yes.
The history of Fire Island has never been delivered with such low import.
Well, at least they tell it a little bit, but
it's done with like, so it's kind of like blah blah blah, and it's like having Britney Spears introduce the Constitution.
Like this is the meat rack.
Yeah.
Quotation. Well, no, how would you want them to do it?
I don't know. It's just something where it's like, this is the meat rack, where it was important because blah, blah, blah. And I think Kassan tried to.
Kassan did that.
But a lot of them was like, so this is what happens when we do this? And
Brandon was like, again, horrified and also really turned on. They were
by the meat rack. He's like, I like air conditioning.
They were literally, it's like they were walking down the... I
don't have sex outside.
I don't want to either.
Pine needles.
Mm-hmm. It's like they were walking down the yellow brick road and they were the Tin Man and the Scarecrow.
It did kind of.
And Brandon was like the Cowardly Lion.
I have a... Anyway, I just think it's funny. Just don't give us information. I feel like it's a little condescending, personally, to all the old people who made Fire Island work. And I just said, let's just review what I just said. All the old people. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I said it. Okay, I'm going to recuse myself.
You know what?
Because I said that just like one of those people would.
A bitch.
your next one. I'm going to sit over here in shame.
You should sit in shame. That was terrible.
I
just let you sit in it too.
For all of my ancestors, the older people who made it work for me, who got AIDS, they really made everything work.
Yes. Okay, I have to say,
I'm just as bad as them.
I want to talk a little bit about Jorge again. That first of all, Jorge's mistress.
Who's my hero? I love mistresses.
His mistress was.
Oh yeah, it's like dueling Sofia Vergara.
Oh my god,
it's like so. He's like, I come to city too.
If they made that LatinBoys.com video, I'd pay for that shit.
I don't think they actually both speak Spanish too. So
it's they're both same,
speaking. They're both speaking in broken English to each other,
oh.
and it's kind of really romantic.
It is really romantic, but
they're both. He's hot.
But then later, okay, I really have to say later when Kassan and Jorge are talking, I do love their friendship, and I realize now.
I think it's kind of codependent, but that's just me.
Well, but I think now I get why Jorge is like he's not just lovey with Kassan. If you see, he's like really touchy with everyone.
He is, and he's like a human nerve that's vibrating so much.
Well, I think it is.
I love him. I confess my love for you. If you watch this, it's not because you
Focus,
commented.
Sybil.
I love you.
Well, I'm glad you're going to be subjective through the rest of the show.
Yeah, like you can be about Kassan.
Mm-hmm. You got caramel-colored glasses on.
And you've got chocolate glasses on. There we are.
But it's true. But so what I was going to... I think I did understand him more, and I think that for a lot of people that don't know, I thought this was the most educational part of the show, but in a subtle way. That like I learned from moving to California about Latin culture and homosexuality.
Oh, yeah.
And from like being a therapist and counseling a lot of Latin clients, is that
it's just not good to be gay.
And he did
especially in Latin American
countries.
And
I thought he did a good job explaining
machismo.
Yeah, they have this machismo thing that you can't show any femininity, and it made me realize maybe that's one reason why he is so touchy and physical with everyone, because he can't even have that kind of gay, just a man on male, just friendship.
Yeah,
in that way where he's from.
I really like their friendship, and
I do too.
I like him a lot, and I like what he's doing.
The show is so much better than Finding Prince Charming.
Hear that?
It is so much. Hear that logo?
Whatever the production company.
You better step it up.
Because I can't wait to fucking tear the next season apart, honestly.
That show's going to be wretched.
Oh.
We got a tweet from Sam today. He said he missed us.
I love you, Sam.
Maybe we'll have Sam on the show and help us judge it.
That's a good idea.
Maybe
we'll watch Sam. You'd
maybe
enjoy.
We'll have Kassan, too.
Sam, I could see you with Cheyenne.
Sam with Cheyenne? No.
Actually, no, you'd read him. You'd read him the fuck.
No.
Anyway.
Cheyenne would be with somebody like, who was the one that won? Or the one with the hair that was HIV positive. That's the one that won. Eric. Cheyenne would be with Eric.
Again, one. I'm making quote fingers here.
You know what? Nobody won that show.
No, we didn't either. We did not win.
No, we won.
No, the production company, logo, no one. Everyone lost.
Robbie LaRiviere won because people knew him. And that's about it.
Robbie won. Sam won.
And Justin won. I love Justin.
They did well from it.
Yes.
Everybody else.
Not Justin. Travis. What is Justin?
There was no Travis.
It's Justin, right?
Justin.
The blonde hair.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. What's his
the
last
fuck?
name? It's with this D. There's too many dicks in the kitchen. I can't get their names right.
All right, I'm going to go on with my next one.
All right.
Where is it? So we have Brandon's friend,
Baby B.
Baby B. Patrick's work friend, Jalen. Again, not a name.
A.K.A. Paul Bunyan.
Paul Bunyan.
Do you remember that
Who's
Disney cartoon?
6'8".
Hey, Paul
Bunyan.
Paul Bunyan.
I did not. When you started singing, I didn't know, and then I responded like it was call and response from a spiritual. I kind of knew immediately.
You got the spirit.
Hey, Paul.
Hey, Paul.
Paul Bunyan.
Paul Bunyan. He's 6 feet in the front of time with the core design in his head and his skirt. Hey, Paul. Paul Bunyan.
How do you know all those lyrics, but you don't know the lyrics to any other song?
It was ingrained to me as a child.
I guess so. And Babe the Blue Ox.
Babe the Blue Ox. They should show that in Pecos Bill. Remember that?
I love Pecos Bill.
Down you know what? Kids don't have good cartoons anymore.
Okay, we're way far afield.
They don't really have.
Okay, let's reel it.
If Brandon,
reel it back
Baby B was watching the show, he'd be like, "What are they talking
Who is
about?
That? Who is that?
Who's inside me?"
Brandon's too busy photographing people. Who's inside me?
Who's
that inside me?
I'm telling you, but she is. I bet Baby B, don't do it. because it's not. But I can just see her just sitting in a sling, just waiting, just a swinging.
Look at his watch.
Just a swinging.
And all you hear is.
My daddy's turned a bottle I don't believe he's out
As I
there
said
on
before,
that front porch with that swing,
just the squirt of lube machine.
Yeah. Yeah. I just sang John Anderson on our podcast. Fucking country swinging.
It's by the way, it's 4:30 in the a.m.
It's true.
It feels like it.
We should sing that for Cabaret.
No.
All right, what's your T-bag?
I'm trying to get to it, but you're derailing me. So Jalen, who is 6'8", Paul Bunyan.
Paul Bunyan.
And who, of course, as all gays are wont to do, oh my God, 6'8", size 15 shoe. You know what that means? Baby's arm dick. You know, that's not true, because I've slept with someone who was 6'5".
Really?
The average at best.
Really?
Average at best.
You know, and I've been with, how many times have you been with like the short little Latino guy?
And it's like, hello, ow, I can feel it in my stomach.
Hello, that hurts. It comes out on the other side. I don't know where that comes from.
I think everyone else just was horrified, because I was. So Jalen is not a real name.
No, it's not.
It's a millennial name, and it's not even spelled like Jelen. It's not like Aiden, Aiden, or Aden.
No, Paul Bunyan, you're too old for that name. You're too old for it.
Also, Jalen's got a little bit of. He told Brandon, he's like, he's seen him like a couple times. He's like, so I'm not moving back to Kansas. I'm moving back to the city, and this is real. This is the start of something. And Brandon's like, I didn't come here for a relationship.
Yeah. You know what?
But although Brandon has been said, it's like, I really like him, blah, blah, blah. You know what? I love this. Some guys are just like, when you get what you want, you're like, oh my. Sometimes we don't, when we get what we want, we don't know what to do with it.
That is you in a nutshell.
Like a dick on a 6'8" guy. Sometimes you're like, that's too big. I don't know what to do with that.
You realize that you want to be able to hold your poop when you're 40.
And not have a colostomy bag.
Pretty much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now,
what is that from the end of the woods? Something about getting what you want.
You get what you want. You know what you want for the baker's wife.
Yes.
You get.
I would get back to you. Go on.
You know what? God damn you for your
Cinderella.
gay
Cinderella.
Well, no, but I hate you for this gay reference.
Go on.
Okay. So then we ended up. I really enjoyed seeing Patrick do drag. I'm glad you're throwing the paper. I enjoyed seeing Patrick do drag.
I did too. His makeup was a little off, a little white for me.
It was,
but I liked. I think he's pretty. He has pretty angles.
He's pretty. I didn't enjoy his eyebrows, but he's pretty.
I agree.
He's doing drag of his mother, and so I wanted to ask you, if you did drag of your mother, what would you wear, and what would be your talent?
You know what my mother wears a lot of?
What?
Which I'm not happy about. She combines two different things. And
what?
Comment on this and see if your mother's in there kind of like 60s.
Yeah.
My mother has found a liking for leopard and animal print.
Really?
And she's also found a liking for Disney characters, and she often combines them. And I find it questionable at best.
Your mother with Disney characters?
Like shirts with like Minnie Mouse with like little sayings on them. There's like sassy, but the animal print bothers me, and I have constantly, and other friends tell me, my mother's really into animal print too.
My mom doesn't wear...
something that happens.
My mom loves Chico's.
Mine does too.
She loves capris from Chico's and a nice like summer
She's a
sandal.
Little more classic.
With like a...
Wait, did you just say nice summer sandal?
With a nice summer sandal. Not a cheap one, but like Naturalizer or like Liz Claiborne. Yeah. She loves Liz Claiborne.
I don't know what my mother wears like you do. But
Jesus. Because I had to go pick it out at Bell's. My mom would say, I'm in the dressing room, honey. Go get something for Mama.
This is getting too gay.
Don't tell your daddy about this. I'm putting it on the credit card.
This is getting too gay even for me.
My mother did her work.
My talent would be...
What would if you were your mother's talent?
My mother's talent?
Mm-hmm. What would her talent
be?
If you were
getting the best deal at a department store. And actually, no, it would be returning something that she was told she can't return, that she's only supposed to get source credit for.
Yo.
And they would take it back. Because I've seen my mother do that more than 10 times. It's kind of amazing.
Okay.
And yours?
Mine would be, I've seen my mother actually make people at makeup counters cry because they don't have the right color of lipstick, and she tries on everyone.
Wow.
She is very particular about her lip color. I was one of those people. I was working at the clean counter, and she sat down for like an hour trying a lipstick, and finally I said, "You have to go."
Good for you to stand up.
It was too much. I stood up.
I don't think I'm trying to think if there's any others.
Now I miss my mama.
Oh Jesus!
I love my mama and her Chico pants.
I did say,
you know what? We have some drag from Chico's. We got to be honest.
That's true.
I kind of do look like my mom when I do drag.
What was the drag? You do.
I
what
do.
Was
my
the,
mom's
what
very
was the
beautiful.
show that we bought? We bought those dresses. The store we bought those dresses from. I think it was called Thick.
It was called Thick. It was we
Thick.
bought these in downtown LA. Y'all should have seen us. We were in the middle of like Santee Alley. Like trying to buy cheap shit for a drag show, and then we saw the store called Thick,
and this
Latino
it was just
girl dresses for plus size girls, and this
we walked in like it was fucking Wonderland for us,
and we were like, oh, Jake just reaches his arms out and starts touching
I know. I was
things to the wall.
ensconced in fabric, and we bought these matching dresses we can wear 3 ways
that we call our glamour dresses,
and they're not really. For anyone else, they would be a dress that someone bought groceries in.
It's true,
but for us,
you can wear them off the shoulder or as a halter.
I love the halter personally.
They look good with our. No, what is it? We don't have Spanx. What is it from Target? Assets. They look good when you wear Assets.
So
TV Tea Time brought to you by Assets.
Assets represent us.
Available at Target.
I have one more proclamation. That's the last thing that goes along with Patrick's thing. They were having this drag competition outside in the daytime, which breaks a law, and I think a lot of you know it. Drag queens should never be seen in the daytime.
That was unless it's a drag brunch,
unless it's indoors with good lighting.
Yeah,
lighting was harsh.
This is full on outside,
and during the daytime.
I could not be a beach drag queen. That was a lot.
Drag queens should be the lighting of their choice. The sun is not good.
I agree with that.
No, that's anyway. So one thing I'm a little worried, just to jump around again, but I'm a little worried about Baby B and Jalen because I feel like Jalen may kill Baby B.
You know who he reminds me of, and I'm going to bring this up, and I can't believe I am, but do you remember a certain electric toothbrush?
Okay.
That's what
I got to tell this story. No, but that's...
And I have that fear for Baby B.
And this...
I guess now we're into reading the tea leaves.
You have only been able... We're not doing reading the tea leaves.
Well, we're talking about it now.
You have only been able to agree with me the last couple of years. You defended yourself for years.
Yes, and well, now I'm in a relationship with somebody normal, and I get it.
So the person to my left, who I'm talking to,
me,
invited this person to come over.
We met at Akbar,
and this person, I walk in the bathroom, and there's a little shaving kit. First of all, if you're going to go have a hookup with someone, just do what you normally do and put your toothbrush in your glove compartment of your car.
Yeah, or at least just put
don't
some
take
of the
an overnight
toothpaste on
bag.
your finger and
yeah,
take it. We've all been there.
Bitch had brought her electric toothbrush, and it was sitting there on the kitchen sink. And I was like, I got our other roommate, and I said, "Oh my God, is he fucking moving in?"
This was the first night we'd hooked up.
What the fuck? And this one's like, "Oh, I don't think that's that bad." I'm like, "What world are you living in?"
The next day, and then the next day, we went out the second time, and he wanted to get a yoga pass together and do yoga together.
Talk about me moving to Taos.
Yeah,
you would have been in Taos.
I would have.
I
would have.
That's all we have for this time. This was we enjoyed this episode.
We did enjoy this episode.
Subscribe. Please leave a review.
Yes, leave your comments on the YouTube channel, and obviously we're going to read them. Whether you're in the show or not, leave your comments.
We might read you.
And we might read you. Tell us what you like about the show, what you don't. Tell us what you're hoping to see. Oh, I did tweet Kassan. I said, I hope I see an episode where Kassan goes wild, and he said, just you wait. I'm going to have to watch that episode with Lou.
Just you wait, Henry Higgins.
Just you wait. Ooh.
All right, everybody.
It's on. All right, everybody. Leave a review for the show. You can find all things us at tvttime.com. We love you. I'm
Love
Maddie.
you. I'm Poodle.
Bye.